Disclaimer, I do not dislike CinemaSins, and that is not a lie. For my next Everything Wrong with CinemaSins video, I'm going to be singing their video on Sing. Enjoy, everyone. To start things off, your video title says that it's 15 minutes long or less, but your sin timer ends 2 seconds after 15 minutes.
Damn it, Illumination! Stop trying to distract me from the 48 seconds of logos by dressing them up with your tiny little cash cows.
But this still doesn't distract us from noticing you sitting opening logos again for the umpteenth time.
This was it.
Koalaberation.
Which is letting us know who Buster is and what led to both his love of theater and where he currently is in life. So the narration here is needed.
Why the hell would a koala with koala-sized legs ride a normal-sized bicycle, even if the pedals are retrofitted?
Probably because this is set in a world where animals are anthropomorphic and do things just like humans.
Jeez, it's like some suit at Illumination saw Zootopia and said, "Give me that, except more animal variety and less plot. Oh, and no f***ing Shakira."
Ignoring the fact that both movies came out the same year, this movie and Zootopia are not the same movie. Zootopia is about Judy and Nick trying to solve the mystery of the disappearing predators and why they're turning savage, whereas this movie is about animals participating in a singing competition and how it affects each of their daily lives.
Bonnie is able to run and catch up to a speeding pickup truck.
Sure, gorillas can't catch up to a car in real life, but as this is an animated movie, it's not meant to be realistic since it's intended to be fictional.
Decides to introduce all its key characters by aggressively flinging the audience around town.
Narration.
Real-world pigs have about 10 pigs per litter on average, so nature has clearly been a dick to Rosita.
Refer to what I said 2 sins ago about this movie not being realistic.
How are these porcupines even wearing shirts? Do they have to put their shirts on like Snuggies and then fasten them to their quills?
Asking questions that the movie doesn't need to explain, cliche.
Since this audience couldn't be expected to know more than one jazz song, Mike goes from playing Dave Brubeck to Jerry Rafferty. Do the kids today like Jerry Rafferty?
Yes.
Miss Crawley, no!
Motherfucker, 90% of this movie's initial story is fan-based. Flyer manages to get to every character that was forcibly introduced earlier in the film.
Narration.
Get your scaly tail downstairs and throw those doors open wide!
To do what? They can't have a staff that can operate the singing auditions because they've been screwed in previous shows. If they show back up for this shit, their union is butt.
Firstly, Buster wants Miss Crawley to open the doors to let the animals audition. Secondly, it's shown that they're the ones who handle the show, as well as Mean at first, before Eddie eventually takes over as stagehand.
Your love's got me looking so crazy right now.
I know Illumination is big, but they either budgeted the entire $75 million of their budget for the rights to these songs, or someone has something on Beyonce, who of course runs music.
Actually, it wasn't the entire budget, since according to this, 15% of this movie's budget was on licensing the rights to the songs in this movie.
Also, did these shrimp have a handler, or did they push their tank all the way here by swimming and hitting the front end of the fishbowl over and over?
As shown later in the movie, after the dismissal of the group act, the tank with the shrimp is handled by these 2 animals here.
Frogs audition with Jump because nuance is for suckers.
But I feel like this contradicts this sin you made earlier.
Damn it, this movie is about singing animals, but immediately misses the chance to have an actual Beatles singing a Beatles song.
So, do you want animals to sing a song that fits their species or not? Can't be both, Jer.
This movie answers the question no one asked. What if there was a movie that was Zootopia meets Glee meets Pitch Perfect?
This movie, that movie, and show.
Just going out!
Well, don't be long, I've got a gag coming over.
If this movie was more interesting, I'd wonder why the gorillas have Cockney accents and sound like they stepped out of a Guy Ritchie film. Also, you just perpetrated a large robbery this morning. Shouldn't you be, like, counting bills or stashing your loot somewhere? Is this the most appropriate time for a workout?
What? This isn't the same day as the robbery that Johnny's dad and his gang committed earlier in the movie. It's a whole different day. So because this sin is another instance of you not paying attention to a movie, I'll be giving out my award here.
Becoming more and more convinced that Garth Jennings, the writer of this f***ing ridiculousness, went on a long road trip, kept switching the stations on his radio, and then said, "Let's film this
Now, what were you saying?
Snail helm scream."
Pointing things out on the screen.
Is Rosita still here?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm here.
And I've abandoned my 25 children to stay here all day until the final decision was made.
But Rosita didn't abandon her kids since she left to go to the auditions immediately after she sent them all to school and said goodbye to them.
You are my chosen few.
Yeah, but why? He's only chosen 5 acts out of all those auditions, and many of them were good. Couldn't you make even more money with a bigger cast?
Firstly, Buster chose 6.5 acts, not 5, since he led Ashton to the show, but not Lance. Secondly, it's possible he could make more money with a bigger cast, but that would give us too many characters to keep track of in the film.
Saxophone-playing mouse somehow makes it into a singing competition that isn't saxophone-based.
Because like Mike's audition showed, he has a very good singing voice, which was what led Buster to have him be in the show.
So when exactly is this ship coming in then?
Hopefully around the time someone explains to me why this singing movie has a heist in the middle of it. Is it because the concept of an animal jukebox musical about a singing competition is kind of boring on its own?
The heist being in the movie is part of Johnny's character arc since he doesn't want to be in his dad's gang and wants to be a singer instead. And while his dad is angry upon learning that after being arrested, he eventually comes to accept Johnny's dream after he sees him perform.
You make the best pie, honey.
Listen, movie, I don't care how lazy you are, I'm not overlooking that this is not f***ing pie.
Okay, I've honestly always found this sin to be funny, even before I started making these videos, so I'll remove a sin here.
Now I want you all dressed before breakfast.
Rosita made this entire contraption with a drill and a toy train.
No, Rosita used other items, and we're just seeing these two items so that we have an understanding of what she plans to do here.
Now you only get one shot.
Before writing this monologue, the screenwriter said, "How close can I get to lose yourself without forcing the movie studio to spend any more licensing money?" Still unclear on why the vehicles are human-sized, even though there's a massive disparity between the proportion of all these different species.
Well, it could be that all the cars in this world are human-sized, but get fitted/modified to fit with whatever animals buy them.
Anyone seen my glass eye?
Buster doesn't notice there's a glass eye the size of a cue ball in his coffee, nor does he notice that this large glass eye ended up in his mouth.
He says, while showing Buster noticing the glass eye in his mouth.
Anata dashi.
Buster just happens to have an English to Japanese translation book on him.
Pointing things out on the screen.
Another small, insignificant difference between this animal world and our world is manhole, animal hole covers are apparently extremely lightweight.
But it makes sense that this is happening easily since gorillas are very strong animals.
Got to show the fire and desire.
The fire went out a long time ago.
Rosita's apparently going through early onset swinopause.
That's not what she means. She means that she believes that she lost her passion for singing a long time ago due to her duties as a mother.
Also, if the fire went out, then how the hell does she have so many small kids? Can't have been out for that long.
Refer to the previous sin.
We are set for life now, boys. What's going on?
Hang on, the plan was that the ship was
Gonna dock at night, right here.
and that's when they were gonna break in and steal the gold. But now it's broad f***ing daylight. These gorillas deserve to be caught if they're gonna plan this haphazardly.
Well, you cut out the scene that explained why the heist happened now. Johnny's dad earlier said to him on the walkie-talkie that the ship would be coming in at that moment instead of at night like they thought. That's why the heist happened during the day instead of at night, and that scene didn't make it into your video. I wonder why.
Oh, Dad. I'm so sorry.
Contrived koala carelessly cries, casually clutching cup.
Critic conveys context currently conferred in cinema.
It is a miracle anyone survived this unbelievable disaster.
Reporter Dog would be excellent at CinemaSins.
So, are you implying that this movie is terrible? If so, that's not what your description suggests, like I've pointed out on a few other videos.
Not only is this humiliating, it's a horribly inefficient way to wash a car.
Yeah, and I think the movie itself is aware of that, Jer.
This montage is brought to you by Exposition Witness News, EWN. We tell you what's going on so your movie doesn't have to.
But the movie already showed us what was going on since we were seeing Buster and the others preparing to do a new show with no prize.
We're putting on a show here. You all should come and see it.
Ironically, this was how this movie was pitched to the head of Illumination at the bar at the local Applebee's, and unfortunately he was drunk enough to say yes.
Jeremy says something random cliche.
Judy.
Don't you know I'm still standing?
Holy shit, not only does this prison have TV, they've got it right in the cell. I mean, it's not $25 million in gold, but this ain't a bad setup.
Sinning something you like.
I'm so proud of you.
Even though I disowned you after you got me arrested.
No. Sinning this scene.
Sing.
Roll credits. Seriously, can we f***ing roll credits yet? This movie's at least 20 minutes longer than it should be.
Not only was the word sing said prior to this moment, but it'd be hard to avoid saying that word since this film is about animals singing songs, as well as the fact that sing is a very common word in English.
Look, I know they needed to let Tori Kelly get her moment here, since she's the only real singer in the cast, but this song's legitimately terrible. This is your closer? Bring out Johnny to do some more Elton John. That was dope.
But that's just your opinion on the song, so I'll be giving out my award again here. And here's the end result, everybody. This in total was 148, and the sentence will be Audition flop. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a nice day.